Hey, welcome back to Midas Letter Live. My guest in this segment is Paul Wood. He's the CEO of, I was going to say Galway Property, but it's BTU Metals Corp. Paul, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks very much for having me.
BTU Metals is operating the Galway property in Ireland, and give me an overview. What's the project all about?
That's correct. It's gold exploration in Ireland, in Galway. It is an extension of the Dalradian Formation, which is a formation that goes across Scotland, Northern Ireland, and into Galway in the west of the Republic of Ireland. Geological white papers suggest that that's all relatively as is and accepted. And we have 160 square kilometers of licenses, 6 contiguous licenses, and we have found numerous high-grade gold samples similar to what they found up in Dalradian in the north, where they have 4.4 million ounces at 7 grams per ton.
Sure. So you're saying seeing the exact same style of mineralization and grades and everything and same geology?
Yeah, we're seeing the same kind of geology as they are. We're seeing the same kind of rock samples at surface, both in situ and chip samples and float samples. The geophysics that we've conducted at 3 levels, there's been an airborne survey and 2 ground-based surveys suggest multiple vein structures, which is also similar. And then the soil geochemistry that we've taken over a square kilometer at a particular target area suggests multiple sources of gold as well.
Okay. So have you done any drilling at this point?
We have not done any drilling ourselves. This property, they discovered gold on it in the 1980s, and back at that point, in the eastern end of the property, there was some drilling where they got 15 grams per ton.
Okay, so I'm assuming that in 2018 there will be a drill program.
That's right. There are 3 areas so far that we've identified that are ready for drilling or very near ready for drilling. One is where they drilled in the past, where we've gone ourselves and gotten samples of 26 grams per ton and up to 4.8% copper. So that's one area where we will look to drill. Another is in the center of the property, where a float sample of 195 grams per ton was collected in the 80s. I myself, on a due diligence trip, found a sample for 49 grams per ton. So that's a particular area where there appear to be multiple veins, and we'll be drilling there.
Okay. Are there any producing mines on the Dalradian Trend anywhere in that part of the world at this point?
Up in Omagh, there is an old producing mine that I think is getting extended, but Ireland's been known for its zinc, mainly. It's got the biggest zinc mine in Europe. When it comes to gold, it's really been Dalradian's discovery that has set it on fire, and there are multiple companies looking as a result.
Okay, so then what is the environment like in terms of mining, permitting, mining sort of regulation in that part of the world?
Right. Well, Dalradian's up in the north, so it's actually in the UK, so it's a different jurisdiction. They're going through their permitting process at the moment. We're in the south, in the Republic of Ireland, and I think it's the 5th year in a row that they've been rated by the Fraser Institute as the #1 jurisdiction for mining policy in the world.
Really? And
they've just gone up from 9th overall to #4 overall as a mining jurisdiction in the world. So it's very, very positive. The government's targeting it as a potential development area. At the PDAC recently, the minister was here and hosted a breakfast. All the ministry people were here. And yeah, there's a big reach out, and they will work with us.
Sure. Precious metals and the companies that explore for them have not exactly been the darlings of the market yet. How is the climate for raising capital for such a project like this?
These are heavy lifts right now. Even though the commodities are in there, and the commodities are holding up and actually doing quite well, but the stocks underlying, not so much right now. The other sectors are stealing the thunder. But we are able to raise money, and we will continue to advance the project. You know, The good side for the investor is that this 160 square kilometer property with multi-ounce findings is a $2 million market cap at the moment. So cast that forward, a little bit of drilling, and continue to track along the Dalradian path, and 400 million, that's kind of the arbitrage, that's the dream.
Right, right. So as soon as all the crypto market and the cannabis market collapse in 2020, we'll have a gold market again.
Well, I certainly hope so. I expect so. These things are cyclical, and I don't think this time it's different.
Right.
When this comes back, it'll come back with a vengeance, would be my guess, but that's another speculative statement.
Okay, well, that's a great introduction. We'll leave it there for now. We'll come back to you in a couple quarters' time and see how the results have turned out. Thanks for coming in today, Paul.
Thanks very much, James.